Michael, you have to take responsibility here. One of your employees had a heart attack. He could have died because of the way you're allowing your office to run. Do you want that on your conscience?
Do you?
Michael?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
What?
Editing bay. A seemingly innocuous place. What could go wrong here? The answer may shock you. Hey there, Andrew. What are you working on today?
I'm just downloading an MP3 of Baby One More Time on File Sparrow.
Andrew, you fool. I told you to use a proxy if you were gonna do this. They're gonna be here any minute.
Go, 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 go! Get on the ground! Hands in the air! Get down on the ground! Stay down! Get down! You're done, punk!
As you can see, danger is never more than a few clicks away.
At V Shojo, we believe our talents aren't just workers, they're family. And like family, we guilt them into shutting the fuck up. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here for you. Listening, supporting, and going the extra mile to ensure that you can give us more money. At V Shojo, we celebrate your victories, big and small, and stand by you for every challenge. Unless that challenge is being harassed for playing Harry Potter, then you're on your own. And when you do charity, don't worry. Your donations are secure with us. Secure to be given to the charity? Nah, we're keeping that shit. Fuck them kids, bruh. V Shojo, where our talents have freedom. The freedom to get fucked over.
And now, the nations of the world who hate Johnny, presented by Eva. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam. Norway and Sweden and Iceland and Finland and Germany now one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey and Greece. Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman. Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait and Bahrain. The Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium and Portugal, France, England, Denmark and Spain. India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, and Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, then Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana. Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad, and Liberia, Egypt, and Benin, Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya, and Mali, Sierra Leone, and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Majorca, Cayman, Montana, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Crete, Mauritania, then Transylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
Frankly, there is nothing I can
Mitchie's
say. I've always had a thing for pushing the extremes. And I just got a thing you won't find in the magazine.
Let Mitchie cook.
This molded silicone has got me begging, please. Give me more of what I really need. 'Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the
what does tofu and dildos have in common?
What?
What does tofu and dildos have in common?
The fuck? I don't know.
They're both meat substitutes. Oh! Peace! I'm out!
Hello, hello, hello everybody. How are we doing today? Hope we are doing good. Okay, so today, first of all, I was gone for like a week and a half. I'm so sorry. Well, actually, you know what? Here, let's go to YouTube. Studio. See when my last stream was. I mean, I did upload a couple videos, but like I was not live much at all last week. Oh, are you kidding me? There ain't no fucking way. Are we back? We better be back. I swear to God, it better not freaking do that. I played GTA, that's right, I did play GTA. 3 days ago. Almost 4, but really 4 days ago. I played well, I mean, that's still like, yeah, that's a long week. Hi, Eva, get whoa. I mean, okay. Alright, let us say hi to all the people who are talking. Let's see here. We got McSkills, JP, Ravenfire, Francis Karma, Ike 13D, Nico, Leon, Lion Bean, Lumisa, Gabbyzin, Daybreaker Rain, Festiva. Yeah, I think I said it right for once. Purple Compile. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. CSM, the CSM. Oh, are you okay? Another reconnection. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to do something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go out and I'm going to adjust the satellite. I don't know what the hell's going on, but like the upload speed is all over the place. So we're gonna do something I haven't done before. We're gonna go back to my pre-wedding screen with the be right back menu. Hold on. Alright, be right back. Hopefully I can fix this. Alright, swear to God. Starlink, I have been singing your praises the last 2 months. Do not fuck with me. Alright, we're back. Let's see here. So I went out, there was a fucking deer. There was literally a deer, like, checking out the fucking satellite. This. I'm not trying to talk shit, but this elf must live in the backwoods. I kinda do. I mean, like, I'm like at the top of a mountain, pretty much. Like, hint, before this, I was on a sailboat. So, like, literally, I live where people tend to not be. But okay, we're back. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Let me see if I can do this. Didn't you talk about the Roblox situation with MommaOcco already? No, I wasn't there. I was invited to come on, but I actually didn't. I think it was like 10 o'clock by the time I got the, I mean, I think I've talked about it a little bit. But, like, since then, several videos have come out. A video featuring Chris motherfucking Hansen came out on Schlepp's channel. And that's what actually we're going to be reacting to. And then we're going to be reacting to a legal mindset fast facts on the Roblox situation. And then we're actually watching some unearthed body cam footage of one of those predators that was allegedly arrested. Well, it's not even alleged. It's on video. We see it. But they were arrested. We have the body cam footage of that. So, we have a lot that we're doing here. Benchy Alucard, 1068. Welcome, welcome. Aside from internet instability, I'm sure it is nice and quiet. It is, yes it is. It's extremely nice and quiet. Although we've had a lot of storms passing through here that are now seriously fucking up the Midwest. So there's that. The body cam is a bit wild, is it really? We're gonna see, I haven't seen any of these, by the way. And I am going to preface this by saying a few things. One is, a lot of people like Chris Hansen. And I understand why. And you know what? I actually like him too. Quite a bit, and quite a bit more than I used to. I used to actually have a problem with him. And my problem was the statistics that To Catch a Predator created. In the 2 years of running, the 2 seasons, 20 episodes of To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen and his team managed to facilitate and help in the arrest of over 300 individuals for in their sting operations, right? Now, would you be surprised to learn that only a little over 30 of those individuals who were actually arrested saw charges and saw a guilty verdict in the affirmative of what they were actually alleged to be doing? Which means that while a little over 30 people are behind bars, are serving justice, got justice served to them, there's over 270. Listen to that number. 270 individuals, potential predators, who were arrested and given a one fucking, like they were given a one-on-one on how to avoid capture, how to avoid detection and stuff by Chris Hansen himself. Because while Chris Hansen caught them in the act, got them arrested, he didn't get them charged, nothing actually got them behind bars, which means there's 270 predators out there, potential predators, armed with the knowledge that Chris Hansen gave them to avoid capture and detection. So, that means that's it. If Chris Hansen was a prosecutor, he has a 10% conviction rate. Didn't get to hear you respond to member chat. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for the 2. Let me see. Epstein files Epstein. Epstein. Oh, I said that, but Epstein files this. Epstein files that. I want to know where the real stuff is. The people want the Destiny files. Give up the good drama slop. That's what you said, and I went off a little bit on it. I'm not surprised by any miscarriage in justice, to be honest. But here's the problem. Chris Hansen aided in the miscarriage of that justice. A Texas judge threw out 27 of those To Catch a Predator cases because of evidentiary issues and jurisdiction issues. So while I'm all for catching predators, getting them behind bars, I want it done in a way that's actually done properly, the evidence gathered right, and it can be tried and fucking convicted in the court of law. I don't think I'm asking for too much here. Now, the reason why I said I used to not like Chris Hansen is because Chris Hansen has learned from his mistakes. Remember, To Catch a Predator was cancelled in December of 2007. It's been almost 20 fucking years since To Catch a Predator even aired. And since then, Chris Hansen has been doing a lot of work getting involved with advocacy groups, predator watchdog groups and stuff that actually work with prosecution. They work with district attorneys, they work with attorney generals, they work with the Department of Justice, they work with the FBI. They actually work with the entities that can bring these charges to these people. Chris Hansen has learned a lot in his 20-something years since that show actually aired. So understand that I am still very much a supporter of Chris Hansen because he has learned from his mistakes. So, that being said, to see Schlepp and Chris Hansen actually linked up, I'm very, very happy to see that. Because he hasn't. I've been doing research. You know, I'm not even going to argue this. Because I just did a whole bunch of fucking research and read statements from different prosecution offices, different district attorney offices and stuff, and like saying the information Chris Hansen and his watchdog group provided us allowed us to press these charges. So no, I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm not just going, oh no he hasn't. Okay, he botched one investigation. Okay, does that mean that he's not been improving? Anyway, I'm not getting involved with that. With that, like, is Chris Hansen good or bad? I think he was problematic in the beginning and has learned from his mistakes and is actively learning from his mistakes. Also, since their faces were put on TV, it would be hard to get a non-biased jury. Hit pat for eval. Thank you very much for the hit pat. And wait, does this work? Oh my god, it does. So for those who don't know, I have a new outfit on this model. Actually, let's do that real quick. Check this out, guys. Impromptu outfit review. Reveal, I think it's called. Okay, let's do this. Okay. He's genuine. He wants to help. He's not doing it for clout or anything like that because there was a long period of time, remember people, there's a long period of time Chris Hansen was pretty much not in the news at all. And that's the thing. If you're constantly making videos to catch predators and to get clout and rift and stuff like that, I don't do that. And that's why I think Roblox could have handled this a lot better by not banning Schlepp, by not fucking condemning what he's doing, which is protecting children, but rather hire him as a consultant. Hire him as a member of your moderation group that actually does do this work. You claim that you guys work with the FBI and the DOJ and you make all these arrests. What was it? They claim they made 27,000 reports of some shit on their platform last year alone or whatever. I don't give a shit. The fact of the matter is Schlepp is actually getting people arrested. We're going to see that. And instead of banning him and slapping him down, you should have reached out to him and actually directed that energy towards the proper channels. That's why Chris Hansen has got in touch with Schlepp. So he can utilize the energy and the talent that Schlepp has for catching predators and do it properly. Because if it's done improperly, Schlepp can end up unintentionally causing more damage than he actually helps. And I think that that's the big thing here. If Roblox had actually facilitated, trained him, hired him, fucking offered to sponsor him in the FBI Academy or the police academy or something, so he actually do the job that he wants to do with the authority that he needs to do it. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, here is the model reveal. First you get the feet. Look, nice feet, right? Nice feet. With tights on. I don't wear them often, but I'm in a suit, so it makes sense. It makes sense, you know? And then, this is the only time you guys will ever see me in a fucking skirt, I swear to God. But there's a skirt. And then we go down. What's up? I'm your legal counsel. You fucked up. You have to take the deal. I'm sorry. You just have to. If you don't, you're gonna have a problem. So this is the new model. And thank God, thank you so much, Saika, for my model my model mama. My model mama. Actually, let me do something real quick. So, well, there's a possibility I'm wrong, yeah, but his actions just make it really difficult to trust him. Look, I'm pointing at the statistics of like where he has truly fucked up, but I believe that him keeping at it and him trying to change how he approaches this stuff is an indication that he wants to continue to do good, and he wants to make sure he's not in the way of justice at all. Somebody who shows a willingness and an eagerness to learn and to change their ways while still pursuing their goals, I will always respect because it means that they're teachable. That's my thing. Anywho, let us go ahead and get ready. In fact, you know, because we have, let's see here, Roblox, take a seat. Roblox, a mess of legal topic. Trouble. Roblox predator wise has been caught. Woman sues man over bad first date. Oh, I think I got rid of that one. Hold on. Cop arrests who? Cop arrests Momo 3 filming his illegal traffic stop. I think I showed that one. Most incredible tornado. Okay, tornado. Influencer sued. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff that I think I'm just gonna keep on the outfit for now. We have some professional stuff to look over. So because we're doing professional analysis, we're gonna have my suit on. So that's what's happening. Y'all just gonna have to deal. There we go. Okay. So let us go ahead and... Oh, wait, what's my stream deck? There it is. Take off the background music, and then... we do this. Upro. And then we do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes, for autism. Yes, actually, I will be wearing this on autism streams as well. But, shall we go? This is the first video. It's by Schlepp, 1.74 million subscribers, and also the main subject and topic of the whole just PR disaster / nightmare, lawsuits and all kinds of legal trouble that Roblox now finds themselves in because they decided to ban somebody who was actively trying to protect children. So this is called Roblox Take a Seat, feat. Chris Hansen. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get to it.
Roblox isn't a place where we filter all the text and the voice, where we monitor for critical harms, where there's no image sharing or any of the things that might happen from that.
I want to start off by saying that we all want to keep Roblox safe. We share this view, and we know that there's members of our community who feel strongly about that too. And you know what? We welcome them as part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer.
I want to highlight
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
always had safety as one of our...
I love the reference here. He's gonna run up and he's gonna swing the freaking thing in like a, I know, like a shot put mode, and he's gotta throw it in the TV, right? That's, I mean, if you don't know the reference, I can't help you. But that's a very good reference. Get over.
Top priorities, and we're not waiting for the law or legislation. We've innovated with age estimation on our own because we want to keep people on our platform.
This whole situation is kind of crazy.
Everybody go donate to this boy Schlepp.
This is probably the worst decision this company has ever made.
Hashtag free Schlepp, oh God.
Yeah, they actually need Schlepp.
I'm wishing Schlepp the best.
Roblox, you need to do something.
There's got to be something done. Nobody at Roblox listens to us. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated.
Why should we support a platform that is taking steps to prevent predators from getting caught?
Yeah?
Roblox
also, holy shit, wait a minute. Did I just see a VTuber? I did. Oh my god. Is it that... Oh, what's his name? What's his name? I'm forgetting this fucking name, but that's... that's fucking great. I love it, just randomly
I'm
fucking
frustrated.
Why should we support a...
We are literally... We are infecting every aspect of media. It doesn't seem to matter in what the topic is. There's gonna be a VTuber around. Kaji? Kenji? Yeah, Kenji. I think his name is Kenji.
Platform that is taking steps to prevent predators from getting caught.
Roblox has just lost $12 billion in market value following their response to their...
This is true, but I need to, I hate this. But I actually have to show you guys something. This is a picture that I took yesterday of the stock for Roblox. What is it? I know I have it here somewhere. Did I put it on desktop? No. What in the... Okay, hold on. I might be able to check. You know what? I can just bring it up. It's gone up. It's broke records. It's not. It's more than just gone up. This is... Look. If it just went up a little bit, I would have been like, yeah, it went up a little bit, and then I would have moved on. But I have to show you the fucking graph. It's ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's kind of disgusting. Don't give me that. Here we go. Jesus fucking God. Okay, that was a year ago. So yeah. Here's its low. Okay, let me do this. F11. Here we go. Bam. Yes, they beat Steam in peak player count. And they have been just, I mean, like, here is a year ago, right? They're still way below where they were. But this was, let's see here, 6 months. What's year to do? What's going on here? Oh, it's 1 day. Okay, my bad. 5 day. There we go. Okay, so down here, this was their drop. Okay, when Schlepp was banned. Okay, that's a big fucking job. To go from basically 120 to, what is this, 115? 5-point drop in a day. That's crazy. And it kept going, it kept tracking down, and then all of a fucking sudden, in a few days, the news cycle, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but boom, he just fucking, I mean, look at that. Let's go to, year. Yeah, it hit its all-time high. Let's see, 5 year? The last time that it was this high was in 2021, November 21. Smack dab in the middle of COVID. Look at this. It's still not quite their COVID numbers, but that's wild. I could eat a bowl of ramen out of the bowl that this fucking graph has created. What is happening? Possible buyback? Maybe, but that's fucking, I mean, Jesus. Look at this. Even this, if we look at 2025, they're fucking, what should have been, like, this should have killed them, right? Banning Schlepp. It really didn't. I mean, they didn't even get as low as they did for all 2024 or 2023. In the latter half of 2022. It is suspicious. What happened between 2022 and 2025? COVID stopped. The end of 2022 saw the end of COVID lockdowns, and then this is just, that's kids outside. I don't know what to tell you. Like, of course, the investment went way back down once shit started opening up again, and then now it's on a fucking ridiculous comeback after its biggest controversy. So anyway, I wanted to show it's back up. It's kind of insane. But I wanted to show that because it was important to preface that initial claim by Schlepp.
Their cease and desist letter against me. Just for context, I'm someone who's gotten 6 predators within their community.
Yes. So here we go. 10 months ago, 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago, 4 months ago, 8 months ago, 6 months ago. So pretty good. But again, these are all arrests. So you got them arrested. That's cool. That's awesome. Can you get them charged? Can you get them put behind bars for good? Because otherwise, while they might have this arrest, if these charges don't stick, you just, again, you gave them a 101 lesson on how to avoid capture and detection. Because if they were able to be caught by you and now they take steps to avoid falling for the same traps that you've set, it's going to be a lot harder to get them arrested again and charged again. So I hope to God that these 6 individuals are facing charges that will actually stick. Otherwise, you didn't do a whole lot much. You got them arrested, but I want them behind bars. I don't want them in jail. I want them in prison. And there's really only one way to do that.
Be arrested in real life. That loss, though, isn't on me. It's a direct result of Roblox's own response to its child safety crisis. Instead of addressing the real issues, Roblox has doubled, tripled, even quadrupled down. They've put out
and by the way, every single one of their statements have been absolute trash. They have actually been trash. Again, Roblox could have avoided this entire situation had they offered a handout to Schlepp and fucking tried to hire him, whether it be in his moderation/enforcement team or actually hire him as an outside consultant. You should have taken advantage of the talent that this kid has rather than punish him for it.
Statements after statements painting me and my team as reckless vigilantes while claiming that their platform is safe when it absolutely is not. People are just seeing through this, and that's why a huge movement has started online called Free Schlepp. It's been trending everywhere. Multiple members of Congress have now called out the company's child abuse problem, and the Attorney General of Louisiana has filed a giant lawsuit against the company.
Speaking of, my next legal document reading is going to be on the Louisiana AG's lawsuit. Louisiana's lawsuit against Roblox. So, stay tuned to that. It's a 47-page document, so it's going to be a little bit longer for a document reading. But I think it is important to read through everything that Louisiana is alleging and bringing up against Roblox as a company. So we are going to be reading through that and putting another video. And hiring Schlepp would make Roblox admit they have a safety problem which they don't want to signal to investors. It doesn't matter anymore. Look, I'm saying right now, if they hired Schlepp, and look, in an effort to continue to improve our moderation and safety team, we've decided to hire a very talented young man who has managed to bring multiple arrests against predators who misused and abused our platform. Boom, investors gonna be happy about that. You know what investors are not happy about right now? The fact that they banned Schlepp and fucking caused all of this fucking hell to unleash upon the company. Investors are way more upset about banning Schlepp than they would have been about hiring Schlepp, I guarantee you.
For, and I quote, prioritizing user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. The day after the Attorney General's lawsuit was filed, Roblox's market value dropped by $12 billion. In response, the company scrambled to roll out new policies targeting the very not safe for work games featured in the lawsuit and my videos, like for instance bathroom simulators. Mind you, the community has been calling out these games for years now, but still, even after everything, instead of removing these blatantly inappropriate experiences, Roblox simply slapped a 17+ label on them. They also launched a ban wave against some of the worst games they've knowingly hosted for years. Games that have led thousands of children to getting extorted, and worse. Roblox is
but here's the thing. This is nice that Roblox has done all these things, but they've done it in reaction to everything that's been going on and to the eyes that are on them. And that makes them look more guilty and complicit. Because why didn't you do this before all the eyes got on you? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you ban these games? Why didn't you take these steps before it became a problem? Right? So just because they are doing all the stuff in response to being sued, in response to the backlash from Schlepp being banned, it doesn't really matter. And more speaks to their inaction and their negligence of their moderation of their platform than anything else.
Actions are nothing more than damage control for the problems they've allowed to fester, when the entire community was screaming at them to fix these problems. And the community saw that killing the messenger was an act of war. Shortly after these changes, Roblox released a video so bad that it was community noted on Twitter twice. David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, Matt Kaufman, the chief safety officer of Roblox,
I'm sorry, hold on.
Released a video so bad that it was community noted on Twitter twice. David Baszucki, the CEO of
He looks
Roblox,
normal.
Matt Kaufman.
That motherfucker looks like AI. I'm sorry, but this guy looks like AI. I don't know what's going on, but there's some uncanny valley shit going on with, but maybe he has some kind of filter on his camera or something, but this motherfucker looks like AI. You know what? It's this. It's literally this. I'm gonna bring it up right now. Hold on. Like, legitimately, Is this it?
Your time right now is 6:45. Let's take a look at some of the morning's top headlines.
Yep, okay, here it has it. I don't care what you say.
Your time right now is 6:45. Let's take a look at some of the morning's top headlines.
There is not real.
I'll go with a woman. I roll. Take a look.
That back there is not real.
Right there.
And you can
He's
stay
not
on
real.
this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
I'm sorry, but that motherfucker is not real. Look at him. Look, tell me that's not real.
The Chief Safety Officer of Roblox, and Eliza Jacobs, the Senior Director of Product Policy, did a 45-minute tech talk. Most of this is just corporate jumbo, but they go ahead and respond directly to their vigilante policy. Before I show this, I want you to remember, I'm the only person that Roblox has targeted with this vigilante policy that they just created. Not even my team was moderated or given any legal letter. I begged for a clear line and even offered to keep much of my work private to help, and I'm no way obligated to do that, but instead, they went straight after me, moderating my accounts and sending a cease and desist before I could even react to the policy. And let's be clear about one thing. I'm not a vigilante. That means I'm taking the law into my own hands. We work with law enforcement, which is...
Doesn't matter. Chris Hansen also worked with law enforcement. If you want to... Because here's the thing. Cops are all... And if just... Maybe this is just me being a lawyer. But cops always fucking take the law into their own hand. There's so much evidence the cops can gather that I can throw out because they didn't gather it right, because they overstepped, because fruit of a poisonous tree, because of any number of reasons. So if you want to be someone who doesn't take the law into their own hand, working with the cops is not how you do it. Working with the district attorneys, working with the prosecutors, working with the people who bring charges against these people, not just the people who make the arrest. So, I'm sorry to say, you are a vigilante. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm not super against vigilantism, but I need people to understand that there are reasons and legal lines here, words, fucking... You gotta be careful. You're already on the side of the right, Schlepp, but understand that yes, you were a vigilante by definition, even though you might have been working with the cops. Because the cops are not the people who bring charges against an individual. It's the district attorney, it's your prosecutors, it's your AG, it's your DOJ. It's the people who actually go into court and present the findings that the cops might have had a hand in gathering. They present that to the judge, and they make their case, and then a jury hears it. We all know how the law works, okay? But only working with the cops does not mean you're not a vigilante, because very often cops will take the law into their own hand, and a cop can be considered a vigilante if that cop is taking the law into their own hands. Vigilante and vigilantism, yeah, maybe, but this is kind of the... Look, I would own... If I was Schlepp, I would own... Yes, I was a vigilante on your platform, and I was doing that because you guys weren't doing anything. And instead of hiring me, you decided to punish me. You could still... Look, you can get every message that Schlepp wants to get out here, while still... showing that, okay, yeah, I might have been doing things incorrectly or not in line with terms of service, but I was doing it out of a need and out of the interest of the public good. There is a way to get your message out there while still admitting where, yeah, you fucked up. And yes, it's kind of like the Susan B. Anthony thing. It's like, yes, I did fuck up, but you need to actually apply the law appropriately here. And yes, I was making a statement, and I will stick by that statement. But yes, I did break the law to do this. It's okay. Well, it's not real. Well, it depends on the state, but vigilantism can be considered a violation of the law. So you have to be careful here. And Roblox took a way much of an overstep by thinking, oh god, we're gonna get in trouble if we let these vigilantes continue on our platform. Now, I am going to say something else here. Schlepp makes a good point that I cannot verify. As far as I'm aware, Schlepp's been the only quote-unquote vigilante who's actually been banned by Roblox. I have not seen any other... What did you just unplug and plug? What the fuck? Oh, you know what? It's this. Found it? Okay. And if Roblox created this new anti-vigilante policy, signaled out Schlepp, banned only him, and has not actually pursued banning any other vigilantes, that is a big problem. That is a big problem. That's some cope on Roblox's part. Yeah, he said his team wasn't subjected to the cease and desist, only he himself. Yeah, see, that's a that's not a fair and uniform application of your policy, Roblox. That is not appropriate.
Why we have arrests. Roblox refuses to say my name because they'd have to acknowledge those arrests. But make no mistake, they're responding to the outrage, which is about me, and this is what they had to say about it. They first start off the interview by talking about how vigilantes started out as a good thing.
Both inside of Roblox, and I think that there are lots of people outside of Roblox who really have the best intentions and the welfare of our community at heart. We all want to keep Roblox safe. And you know what? We welcome them in part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer. And we have members of the community in these vigilante groups that started off in a really good place. They started off by saying like, hey, they're reporting on issues on Roblox. They're
God, it's hard to get through this. It's really hard to get through this because, God, he's trying to make the argument that I made, but I'm making it, actually appropriately because Schlepp should not have been punished on this point, and you're using this point to punish him and to escape any response. Okay, so you've been aware of these vigilantes since the beginning, and you never reached out to them, you never tried to train them, you never tried to hire them, you never tried to ensure they go through the proper channels, so you're not concerned? Are you kidding me? This sounds like fucking a lie. This sounds like a bull-faced fucking lie. Using a strong argument, sure, but it sounds like a lie because everything surrounding what you have stated doesn't fucking click. It doesn't make sense. There's no timeline here. If this was truly a concern and it was on your radar, then it would have been on your radar years ago, and you would have receipts more than an AI fucking guy talking to a screen.
talking about how we could do better. And, you know, we paid really careful attention.
This statement is just laughably hilarious. If Roblox is really paying attention, then what about when my mom emailed you guys about my own cheating case? What did you do then? Nothing. Actually, you kept paying the guy for years afterward, until you were literally forced to do something about it. If what Roblox was claiming was actually true, them listening to the community, why are the biggest content creators leaving your exclusive YouTuber program in protest of how you're moderating your platform? And I'm gonna actually bring up-
the thing, like the biggest Roblox creators are leaving the game in droves. It's gonna hurt them a lot. And it's absolutely, again, this is the point that I had already made. But if it was actually on your radar and you were deeply concerned and paying attention, then this shit would have been dealt with, and this would have been a subject that was broached fucking years ago. Okay? Yeah, I understand why Schlepp's so fucking hot, because it involves him. He was a victim of Roblox. Well, I mean, of Roblox, of a Roblox predator. And they didn't do shit about it. And now they're here saying, oh, you know, after banning a guy who decided to, yes, he decided to be a vigilante, but he needed to in order to continue to protect other children and himself. As the pathology of somebody who decides to take action when it comes to catching predators and stuff is usually pretty uniform. They usually were a victim themselves. I know I was, so this makes all sense. But yeah, so apparently, while Roblox is now claiming that they've been paying close attention, Schlepp just gave receipts that no, this was a problem when I was a kid and I was freaking CSM'd, and you fucking did nothing. Until it became such a problem that you had to. That's a big problem.
Up something later in this interview to show you.
Then yes, they are profiting off these predators because these predators make those games. Those games make a lot of money for whatever microtransactions, gambling system, whatever they fucking have. This is a rotten to the core platform, in my opinion.
you how much of a joke this is. This here is Meep City, one of the most controversial games on Roblox. Creecraft, one of the largest Roblox YouTubers, joined this game and within 4 seconds was exposed to not safe for work
Yeah, there was
content.
a fucking, yeah, there was a, yeah, I remember seeing that, by the way. It was just a giant penis walking around. It was I'm like, are you fucking, it was 7 seconds. It took 7 seconds of joining that game before he saw explicit material. And he did it on a new account with an age listed as under the age of 18, and it was 7 seconds of boom. I mean, come on. The fact that you have that kind of demonstrability in terms of how bad Roblox's moderation is telling.
Community has been complaining about this game for almost a decade now, but Roblox has still continued to leave this game up and platform it. But CEO David Baszucki mentions this game by name, and here's their philosophy on this.
You know, I can see some of our community naming experiences on Roblox and just say, take it down, take it down, take it down. I'd say examples could be Meep City, for example. Can you share, like, why should that be up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
I think one thing that's really
You fucking you name Meep City by name, and are you fucking kidding me?
challenging on this global immersive interactive platform is that we have content created by developers and
that's right. I'm so sorry to everybody. I'm gonna pause here. Could you all do me a favor? To those who are watching, please like, comment, subscribe, do the things. Thank you so much for the 20. But do the things because according to Legal Mindset, who has made videos on this, YouTube is actively trying to suppress anybody who covers this information, anybody who reacts to this information, anybody who does, anything with that situation. And they are seeing their algorithm suppress the fuck out of these videos. So that being said, let's go ahead. Hiccups. My source for this is the farms. DM me later and I'll search for more. But the chief security officer has an account with achievements public. Turns out he spends a lot of time on interesting RP servers. Oh, that's not good. That's really not fucking good. But yeah, sorry. So again, I'm so sorry to everybody. You know I don't normally pause to ask for likes. I normally ask for like, comment, subscribe, and all that shit at the very end of the video as my like outro tagline, right? But it has been told to me by my manager, by Legal Mindset, and so many other people, if I do a video or a stream on this situation, the algorithm is going to nuke it. So, I'd only doing that for that reasons. Let's continue.
and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game. And one thing that we really try to do is be fair to our developers and to not moderate them for the behavior of their users.
How is this a crazy math problem?
No fucking way. No fucking way you said that. There's absolutely no fucking way you said that. We have to go back. We have to fucking... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? That is your... Oh, let's just hear it in their words. No context removed. I'll move to right to the beginning. We're gonna see the whole fucking clip again. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, we should punish the developers for what players did. The developer made the fucking map and server and fucking everything to facilitate the player's actions. Are you fucking kidding me?
And platform But CEO David Baszucki mentions this game by name, and here's their philosophy on this.
You know, I can see some of our community naming experiences on Roblox and just say, take it down, take it down, take it down. I'd say examples could be Meep City, for example. Can you share, like, why should that be up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
I think one thing that's really challenging on this global immersive interactive platform is that we have content created by developers and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game. And one thing that we really try to do is be fair to our developers and to not moderate them for the behavior of their users.
How is this a crazy math problem? This is so simple. Insane. The creator of this game wants these people in their game. How is this even controversial? illegal. The developer is giving the tools to the player to make this inappropriate content. And that is the problem with Roblox. Roblox turns a blind eye unless the developers are blatantly making not safe for work games. And even then, it is still on the line if Roblox will take action. Roblox might have just went back on their word regarding Meep City. This game had every inappropriate feature removed from it pretty much overnight. It's unknown if Roblox made Alex Neutron, the creator of Meep City, do this, but either way, it shows the public pressure is working. Games that Roblox is doubling down on are folding, so that's why it's really important to keep speaking up about this.
Then we saw something change. What we saw is that some of these groups started engaging with the community in ways that violated our policies. And so let me explain what that means. They would go and create accounts on Roblox claiming to be a child.
Roblox keeps repeating this same talking point, that I'm impersonating and pretending to be a child. But here's the reality. You have to pretend to be a child because if the predators knew they were talking to an adult,
yes, but you are still pretending to be a child. You are still taking the law into your own hand by conducting a sting operation of which you have no authority to do so. It's okay. Look, if I was Schlepp, I would own this portion, right? I would say, yes, this is what I did. I violated your terms of service to pretend to be a child because this needs to be done because you are not protecting children. But don't fucking try, oh, well, they say it like this, but it's only because, no, don't act like you're a child on the back foot, on the back foot with his hand in the cookies jar, right? No, own it. Yes, I did this, and I had to in order to get this done because you're not protecting children.
that wouldn't even be a crime. You guys seem to be more upset that I'm pretending to be a child than predators are decoys. And if it wasn't our decoys, it would be a real person. It's also worth noting that the FBI, ICAC, and local law enforcement all use these same exact tactics.
Which you're not... Oh my god, dude, Schlepp. This is what I'm talking about, man. Are you an FBI agent? Are you any of these authoritative bodies that are allowed to do this? This is why this evidence, while you might be able to get the cops to arrest a guy, the evidence gets thrown out because inappropriately corrected because you're not an officer of the law. You cannot do the things that you are doing and expect to see charges stick. Okay, so while this is my one critique of Schlepp, and it's honestly my only critique of Schlepp. But you need to understand where you did cross legal lines, where you did cause concern, but you need to own it, and then you need to utilize that to temper your skills into an actual, like, a career or something that allows you to have authority to actually conduct these investigations, these sting operations. Like, seriously, again, Roblox should have hired him. If not Roblox, then DOJ, FBI, his local police fucking could have sponsored him to the police academy, whatever. But he needs an outlet to do this because he's doing good work, but he's not doing it the right way. And he's getting hung up on that and trying to deny it. But no, you did do this, it's fine. It just goes to show that you need a proper outlet and you need to be facilitated and celebrated for what you're doing and given the tools to do it, rather than being, no, you're not allowed to do it, get down, fucking ban, fucking... But that's only going to happen if Schlepp approaches in response to this appropriately and correctly. He needs a lawyer. I don't know if he's gotten a lawyer yet, but he absolutely needs a lawyer.
Would Roblox be willing to send them a cease and desist too? And their claim that I'm impersonating children is flat out false. Impersonation means I'm stealing the identity of a real child. From the very beginning, we've...
Okay, you are splitting hairs. You are creating a fictional child and then pretending to be that person. So legally, he's actually correct here. There's no, unless there's an actual child that, like, he's used their information, their name, their likeness or whatever, and purported to be them, that's impersonation. But if he has created a character that's a child, that has no reference or pointedness to an actual child that exists in real life, that's not technically impersonation. So Schlepp is right here. But you are also kind of splitting hairs.
Never use real kids. We don't send pictures of real children, and we create totally new identities where every single photo that's sent is of someone that is of age. The only difference is...
See, this is why, even though I know that Schlepp is doing vigilantism and stuff, he's doing it with some forethought. He's doing it with more than just like, I'm gonna go beat up a pedophile. You know, he's not doing that shit. He's actually working with the cops, which is good first step, but again, I want him operating at a higher level. I want him working with the district attorneys. I want him working with detectives. I want him working with the DOJ. I want him working with the FBI. I want him working with people who actually will allow the evidence to stick and allow the evidence to be admitted in front of a judge.
Is we tell these people that we are underage. This is flat out a lie what they're claiming. But what happens next is so wild that the CEO of Roblox cuts off the chief safety officer.
Does he really?
And then they would enter into game servers and they would go and start asking everybody around them, how old are you? And they were seeking out adults. If you said that you were,
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. That doesn't sound correct at all. That's not how... God damn it, Roblox, you're so fucking retarded. You're so fucking retarded. That's not how... I just had to pause for a second, I'm sorry. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna turn on my AC. Because I'm so upset it's getting warm in my room. What's going on here? Okay. My stream didn't die, did it? Did they take me down? Hold on, I had to see. I guess the elf can just produce heat out of nowhere. Rage is very powerful. Okay, we're still here. Okay.
move on. But if you said that you were 25, then they would start engaging in conversations, and they would try and use those conversations to simulate.
Matt, is this anecdotal? Because I know we have chat logs for all chat on Roblox and historical records. Are you able to kind of...
David totally derails that conversation.
That was fucking amazing. Please let us see that one more time. Oh my god, that was... I'm sorry. What is this? Is this anecdotal? Can you back this up? Because, you know, we have all of that, right? Like, he straight up just went, no, you need to stop talking. Holy shit, that was fucking great.
Is this anecdotal? Because I
would try on. But if you said that you were 25, then they would start engaging in conversations, and they would try and use those conversations to simulate.
Matt, is this anecdotal? Because I know we have chat logs for all chat on Roblox and historical records. Are you able to kind of...
David totally derails that conversation. That statement is probably the most wild made by Matt Kaufman in this whole interview. To simulate what, Matt Kaufman? Because it's not simulation. These are predators thinking that they're talking to someone that is real, and they a lot of times want to show up in person and do stuff to them in real life. And in my opinion, this shows how little Roblox actually cares about this problem. They can say whatever they want, they can talk about all the new safety features that they're rolling out, but it means nothing if lawsuits are being filed every single week against the company and headlines are making the media about a new horrible situation happening because of this platform. I also want to say how they totally mischaracterize how I run my decoy operation. We are never the first to engage with any of the predators. They always contact our decoy account first.
So we saw these actors.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was gonna say. And what made no sense here with this chief safety officer, right? What made no sense about his statement is the pathology of a predator hunter and the pathology of a predator, okay? So, a pathology of a predator hunter is pretty simple. Typically speaking, they're not gonna go out fishing. They don't need to. They are the bait. They make an account, they list that account as an underage account, and then they just walk into a room, a server, and they walk around and tell a predator following a predator's pathology actually reaches out and tries to make contact. I've never heard of like a true predator hunter and the methodology they use. They don't go out randomly asking people, how old are you? And then if they get somebody who's older than 18, then they fucking start and get... No, that's not how that works. They set bait. The predators bite on the bait. And then that will determine... And then the fishing game is on between the predator and the predator hunter. But again, the predator hunter doesn't go around going, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you? Oh, are you 25? Okay, I want to freaking... Yeah, that doesn't happen. That does not happen. That's not how any sting operation happens, any predator hunter does it. That's insane. So the chief safety officer is talking straight up all out of their ass just because what I know how these people operate and how I've seen them operate, how I've seen kids react to them operating. This does not happen how he just said it.
They're pretending to be kids, they're trying to find adults, and then what they're doing is they're trying to move the conversation as quickly as possible to other platforms that don't have the type of monitoring and policies that Roblox has. And then they were using that activity that happened on other platforms to create situations that they would then video, they would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know.
Roblox is accusing me of encouraging adults to talk inappropriately to people they shouldn't. That is not true, and if it was true, I wouldn't have a single arrest. We present ourselves as a naive kid who doesn't know about these topics.
This is why I say you need to lawyer. Yes, you're doing exactly this. Listen to the statement. Just real quick, because again, I'm still on Schlepp's side, but this is why he needs a lawyer. This is why he needs somebody in his ear saying, maybe phrase that differently.
Roblox know.
Roblox is accusing me of encouraging adults to talk inappropriately to people they shouldn't. That is not true.
That is true. That statement is absolutely true. Because they shouldn't be talking to you, they shouldn't be talking to a kid, they shouldn't be talking to anybody in this manner, and they shouldn't be moving conversations off platform onto another platform to do so. They should not be doing any of these things. So that statement that you said is absolutely true. And then you go to explain how it is true. You need a lawyer, Schlepp. Not because you're in trouble, but because you need to be protected from yourself. From your own statements, because this doesn't make any sense to me, my dude.
And if it was true, I wouldn't have a single arrest. We present ourselves as a naive kid who doesn't know about these topics.
And I'm going to ask, as you presented yourself as a naive kid who has been moved off platform onto Discord, should this predator be talking to you? No, they shouldn't be. Which is why your statement makes no sense. I'm still on your side, but you need somebody who can actually put together the words that you're trying to express because you're very upset. You're very upset at what's happened. You're upset at Roblox. I get it, but you're saying shit that doesn't make sense. And lawyers can pick that shit apart. So I want you to get a lawyer so they can actually protect your statements and make them a little bit more scrutiny-proof, okay?
Crimes like this should obviously be reported to law enforcement first, not Roblox. If Roblox is notified before the police, they can delete accounts, tip off the predators they're being investigated, and give them a chance to erase valuable evidence that the police need to prosecute. The fact...
Good police don't prosecute, dude. See, this is what I mean. Schlepp is inherently and fundamentally misinformed on how the law works. The cops don't prosecute you. A prosecutor does. The district attorney does. The cops don't do that, Schlepp.
That these predators are on the platform to begin with shows that their safety systems have failed. If Roblox did their jobs, there wouldn't be anybody for us to find. Roblox also claims that I'm moving these players to other platforms, but those platforms are linked directly on Roblox's own site. Roblox has actually even partnered with some of those platforms. They even own a bot on that other platform. Anyone can make an account 13+ and see social media links on.
He's got it down on how to catch him, yes. He just needs to be educated on the process. Police investigate, DAs prosecute. Thank you, Francis Karma. You were absolutely correct. Maybe the in-game Roblox clerk. Don't be mean. Again, he's only 2 years younger than me, right? He's like 22 years old. He's a kid. He's doing his best, okay? He's doing his best to do good. But he needs to be taught about how the law works, who actually brings charges, what these terms actually mean. The fact that, yes, you are a vigilante, you are doing these things, but that's okay because Roblox is not doing their job. It created a need for a person like you. I understand that. I understand the argument. But you are arguing it wrong. And you need the mouthpiece of a lawyer, of somebody who can take your thoughts and feelings and make them make sense on paper and in video.
On Roblox, and unsurprisingly, people in real life have been abducted because of this feature that Roblox allows.
Yes, they have.
And when they say I'm creating these situations, that's just insulting. I'm not creating situations. These predators are trying to grab people within your community.
And there's a bunch of issues in here. Number one, the violation of our policies about being honest about how old you are. Number two, moving conversations off platform. And number three, waiting to tell Roblox when they identified violative behavior to come and tell us so we could take action.
And Matt Coff.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's kind of the thing, though. Could you imagine if Schlepp did all this stuff, got the information he needed, contacted Roblox, and then contacted Roblox about the situation, giving them the ability to report it themselves, and then you report it as Schlepp to the cops yourself. Okay? See, this is what I mean by, like, foresight, right? If Schlepp had the foresight to understand what they're, like the argument that they're making here. No, that's not how, okay, they might delete counts and evidence and stuff like that, but that's what a court subpoena is for. Trust me, the Reddit snark mogs have just been fucking subpoenaed. Reddit's been subpoenaed for their information. They're gonna get that information, regardless of these people try to delete their accounts, delete the posts, whatever. That information is kept and it can be retrieved via court order. Trust me, Discord has had to deal with it, Apple has to deal with it, Microsoft, any major fucking platform has had to deal with this kind of, hey, guess what? They might have deleted their DMs on their side, but we know you have it on the back end, and this is a court order asking for that data. Only reporting to them isn't sufficient. Exactly. Because here's the thing. If you reported it to Roblox, it might be that Roblox will report it. It might be that they don't. But if you report it to Roblox first, and then you report it to the cops, then that takes away this argument that Roblox has. If you had given us the information, we could have brought it as a company to the authorities, which guess what? The authorities are going to listen to a company making a report on a player, then another player making a report on another player through a platform. Right? If the company itself comes, hey, this person is a problem, they're violating law, we need to deal with it. Then, boom, you're on the same side, Schlepp, all of a sudden. But by withholding this information because you're paranoid about how the law works, and that's not how the law actually works, you didn't tell Roblox and you gave them this argument. They can only make this argument because you didn't report it first to them and then the police. You should have reported it to both. If you had reported it to both, then when they made this claim, you could have shot right back with them and go, what do you mean? I reported this right here. Here's the receipts. You chose not to report and do anything. And it was the first the cops heard of it when I reported it to them. Do you see how you are now on the moral, ethical, legal high ground? On all three, you got the trifecta of I'm right and you're wrong. Because they would try to set you up with this fucking gotcha, and you got their gotcha. That's what I mean. This is why it's important. Schlepp, God, if you see this video, please get a lawyer. Not to protect, like, you're not facing any charges. You're not facing, one, Roblox is threatened to sue you. You should already have a lawyer. But more importantly, you should have a lawyer to help you, educate you in how this process goes, how it works, and how your actions can actually be just directed to a different entity, and boom, you're in the clear. But you need education, my dude. You're doing things, you're doing God's work, but you're not doing it the right way. And honestly, I just want you to have available to you the education to allow you to do it the right way, because I think you would get a lot more predators that way.
Hofmann's own words in articles about vigilantes, he said law enforcement officials are best positioned to investigate potential crimes. So why is he criticizing us for going to the police first? And it's not like we're not even reporting these things to Roblox. We do. We give Roblox the same Google Drive that we give to the cops. They have the first...
Legal talk is a viper's den. But this is why you need a lawyer. This is why if you're going to navigate this, and here's the thing, Schlepp should have gotten a lawyer during the first investigation, in the first arrest that happened, thanks to him. He should have had a lawyer helping him through this and helping him know who to talk to, how to get this evidence to actually stick, if charges were to actually be brought against the people that he managed to help get arrested. The one and only criticism, and I've said it before and I'll say it one more time, Schlepp needs a lawyer. That's it. That's really the only thing that I can ever critique about this guy. He's doing a good job, but there's just gaps in his knowledge that need to be filled.
First chat log till the very end where they're in handcuffs. And we have numerous fully documented instances where Roblox refused to take action until after we released videos that got millions of views. Also, waiting to tell Roblox in general is a policy violation? If you were on Roblox and went straight to the authorities instead of reporting it to Roblox first, could you technically be violating Roblox's terms of service?
I think some of these groups started off in a really good place, and they started off, really, and they still do really care about the community.
They're still in a good place. That's the thing. It's not that they started off in a good place. They're still in a good place. Yes, they're not following the right channels, but that's what education is for. And banning them and chastising them is not going to do that. It's not going to educate them to make them better in terms of how they operate and interact with your platform and how well they catch and fucking keep predators off your platform. That's the thing. They started off in a good... No, they are in a good place. Sure, they need some direction, but that's not neither here nor there. And your actions against Schlepp, and for some goddamn reason only Schlepp, it's completely reprehensible.
The actions that they were taking were putting our community at greater risk.
And please, can we start with they? Because again, if it's true that they've only banned Schlepp for this vigilantism stuff, then there is no they, there is no group. You are targeting a single person, and you might as well just say his name. Either that or start banning the other vigilante groups that are on your platform.
And were violations of our policy.
He says I'm putting the community at risk. Roblox even went as far to accuse me and my team of being similar to predators. Think about that. They're implying I am preying on predators. So to Matt Kaufman and David Bazuki, I'm very sorry for preying on the predators of your platform and getting them arrested and put in handcuffs, because I didn't ever want to see kids go through what I went through.
These actors that were coming on the platform, they were reaching out to dozens and dozens of people, and the vast majority of those people were not responding to those engagements, and frankly were harmed in that process.
I'm gonna show you this predator I caught. I sent a message in the chat and I got this guy messaging me.
Yes, okay, how old are you? I asked him back how old he is, and he says he's older than 18. I tell him I'm years old. Do you mind me being younger? No, not really. If you can keep it a secret between us, though. And, he does Predator Strat 101. He asked for my Snap or Discord. And the reason why he's asking for Snap is because the messages delete. I tell him Discord, and I get on Discord with him, and the messages begin right away.
Throughout that entire process, where did I harm anyone? Because the real harm was Roblox letting this game exist on their platform for years. It only disappeared after Hindenburg, an investment research firm, went ahead and exposed Roblox for hosting this experience. And conveniently, it vanished the moment they showcased this Predator catch. Notice as well how I wasn't the one to ask for Discord or Snapchat. The Predator did.
No, you
These
didn't.
were
The
the sort
Predator
of
did.
people
Yeah, 'cause that's
interacting
the
with our
pathology.
decoys, and so many people are becoming victimized from people exactly like this.
They were normalizing policy violations on the platform.
What? Roblox's own algorithm recommends inappropriate items to people. Roblox actively hosts not safe for work games for children. Roblox themselves, in this interview, doubled down on one of the most infamous instances of inappropriate behavior that they've allowed for nearly a decade. And they're really going at me for normalizing policy violations. Absolutely unbelievable.
And the other piece is oftentimes the sort of evidence that was collected, the video evidence, was really difficult to verify, really difficult for us. And if law enforcement had to verify it, then they're talking about subpoenas. And so I think something that sometimes seems obvious to folks in the community really is just much more complicated on.
Law enforcement can't subpoena you. They might be able to serve a subpoena, but they don't make the subpoena. That's the courts. This is what I mean. Look, even the fucking bitch who's one of the head of fucking Roblox as a company doesn't know how the law works. This is the problem right here. It's the lack of education and how this process is done that is intrinsically and foundationally the problem. Not just with Schlepp, but with her, with the CFO, with any fucking, like, with every party here so far. They don't know how the law actually works, and yet they're commenting on it.
On the back end.
I'm not sure how the evidence that I was sending you guys was hard to verify. I sent you guys screen recordings of us scrolling through the entire chat on mobile, and a lot of the stuff that happens is happening directly within Roblox. Like, for instance, when Roblox refused to ban this Predator, we got arrested in Hawaii, and he was literally talking in-game about planning the meetup in real life on Roblox. With all that being said, I wanted to ask someone who's been working with law enforcement and has been doing Predator catching since before I was even born. So I decided to take a seat with Chris Hansen to catch some answers.
Okay.
I'm Chris Hansen. I'm co-founder and correspondent reporter for the True Blue Streaming Crime Network. We do a lot of crime and investigative reporting. Our Takedown series, which exposes predators trying to exploit children online. And we also work on a number of documentaries, including this particular project, exposing the sort of thing that goes on Roblox.
I wanted to ask you about some of the comments that Roblox has specifically stated about, like, predator catching. One of the main complaints is pretending to be a child. I want to know your answer. It's kind of obvious, but the importance of using decoy accounts to just find different predators.
Well, we couldn't do it without using decoy accounts. In the very beginning, we had an online watchdog group, Perverted Justice, do that work, and now, and for the last several years, it's been members of law enforcement who have posed as children online, merely sitting.
There you go. Okay, there you go. There's the line. There's the light. And there's the difference between how Chris Hansen does it now and how he did it then. Back then, his team, his watchdog group, was the one who actually went out and pretended to be a child and created these bait accounts and drew in the predators. Now, with the law enforcement he works with, it's a law enforcement member who pretends to be the person. Do you guys not see the intrinsic? By even Chris Hansen just said it. Now, he said it while affirmative, right? Like, because again, we're still on Schlepp's side, but you have to have the right channels done. And Chris Hansen here is admitting it himself. I'm gonna go back one more time because he just answered it exactly the way that, like he might have buried the lead a little bit there, but like he said, first it was his watchdog group, and then after his show was canceled, and now he's with this new group. The law enforcement that they work with are the ones who make and maintain those bait accounts. That's a very clear and very important distinction to why Chris Hansen's now able to get much farther in catching predators than what he was once able to.
Well, we couldn't do it without using decoy accounts. In the very beginning, we had an online watchdog group, Perverted Justice, do that work, and now, and for the last several years, it's been members of law enforcement who have posed as children online, merely sitting in one of these areas, and they wait to be approached by somebody who is seeking to exploit children. And then the conversation takes place. It all happens according to the law, and then that gets turned over. Now, I understand that anytime somebody is not with law enforcement, it gives pause to a corporation. It's like, okay, here's this kid. We don't know whether he's following the rules properly. We don't know if he's running this violent.
Chris, thank you so much. Because, yeah, somebody needed to be face-to-face with Schlepp and tell him, look, you are failing to understand these concerns that Roblox have, but these concerns that Roblox have regarding you being a vigilante are valid. And here is Chris himself fucking saying so.
Lawyer, maybe you could argue that they just don't want that sort of activity on their platform, but you think they'd be more worried about the activity that you're exposing.
That's what I've been trying to get.
And that's okay, and then that's the main argument too, and that's fine. But don't deny the fact that yes, you are a vigilante, you are taking the law into your own hand, and you are creating bait accounts when you're not law enforcement, and that gives Roblox pause as a company because you're not law enforcement. That's okay though. Own it and say, yes, but this would not have needed to be done had it not been for the ripe, rich area for predators that you have created on this platform. It's all about how he's arguing it.
Get at this whole time.
Let's worry about that, number one, and then you can have a conversation with young Schlepp. I mean, if I were the CEO of Roblox, I would make you an ambassador for security. I would get out and...
Thank you. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna do my fucking lap. I'm gonna do my fucking lap because that was the first thing that I said when this all dropped. And I even fucking remember putting a super chat for Legal Mindset. And I said that what Roblox should have fucking done is hired him as a consultant, as an ambassador, whatever. But get him on your side. Give him the authority that he needs to do this in the right way. And that's what Chris is saying. That's what, I mean, it's a no-brainer. The solution is a no-brainer, and it's insane to me that Roblox cannot seem to get their hands around that simple-ass fucking solution.
Front of this thing and do what would be a fantastic promotional move. I'm a little dumbfounded that they haven't figured it out, given that these guys are in the high-tech world who invented this stuff in some ways. You know, why don't they get ahead of it and get a young guy on their team?
That's
what I'm doing with you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. I learned a long time ago that if you're not listening to the youngest guy or girl in the room, you're missing opportunity. You have to evolve, and you have to keep on top of this technology, and you have to bring new ideas into the room to do your job. My job is to expose bad people. You are helping.
I mean, the thing is, I've made it very, very clear to Roblox since the beginning. Give us a private line. We are open to communicate with you. We want to talk with you guys. We know a lot of these really bad actors, and the first official contact I had with them was the cease and desist letter.
It's horrible from a public image standpoint. I mean, you're killing the messenger, right?
It's not like you're out there tracking
these guys down with, tasers and smoke guns. I mean, you're providing information to the platform to do something about it.
One of the major complaints that Roblox had about me was that I was actually going to law enforcement first before sending their report, just so that they would have a start to finish conversation of everything that took place. Did you guys?
And again, I will say that I think in order to, you could have avoided this completely by first reporting what you had to Roblox, and then immediately, and I mean literally, after like setting down the metaphorical phone with Roblox, right? You pick up the fucking phone to the authorities, and then you make the same report. That fucking argument would be blown out of the goddamn water had you just known procedurally to do that. This isn't a point that ever should have been brought up. And this is not a point that Roblox should be able to use to defend themselves. But because you did not report it to them and the police simultaneously, it's now a point that they can use to defend themselves.
guys ever reach out to social media sites before the sting goes down?
No, we always go to law enforcement. We work with law enforcement in everything we do. And that is to ensure a successful prosecution. That's why the prosecution rate in these stings is, like 99.1%. It's law enforcement first, then they can deal with the corporation. The corporation should be more concerned about reporting what it finds to law enforcement to investigate.
I'm going to read to you a quote from Roblox's corporate blog describing our operations. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate actively approach users and then try to lead them onto different platforms to have explicit conversations. We obviously do not talk to these predators. We don't impersonate real children. Our decoys are, adults.
Well, I think if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, that's wrong. Based upon what you've said to me, you don't actively bait these guys in terms of...
You don't have to bait predators. You are the bait. When it comes to a predator, you make an account that appears to be 13 years old. You can just sit in a public fucking room, server, lobby, whatever, and trust me, the predator will come to you. You don't have to go out fishing. So I completely agree that Roblox is mischaracterizing the methodology that Schlepp and his team have actually used to catch predators. I don't think this is at all appropriately representing Schlepp's actual methodology.
Making the first approach, you merely set up a profile as somebody who's underage, and you exist in that room until an adult approaches one of your decoys. Then if conversation takes place, they get exposed, and that information gets turned over to law enforcement. And in many cases, they do something, and then you report that, both on your platform as a citizen journalist, a young guy working on these stories, and to Roblox to take action as a corporate citizen.
I thought it was kind of wild how they compared what we're doing to actual predators.
Well, if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, yeah, that's horrible. This entire project is going to be healthy for Roblox, and it's going to be especially good for users of Roblox, because anything that creates awareness and a dialogue is important. And you need to tell parents that this stuff exists, that these dangers are out there, and that if your child is approached by a predator, they need to come to the parents. I mean, that's the first line of defense. It's great what you're doing. It's great what I do. And it's really great that law enforcement and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children does all this work every day across the country. It's great that Roblox has a department that takes a look at some of this stuff. What's not great is the lack of connection here that could make it even better and safer. Until that happens, we have to show parents what goes on here, and they have to have the discussion with kids and say, hey, be careful.
What made you interested into getting into Roblox?
I was personally getting communications on social media saying, you need to look into this, you need to look into this, you need to look into this. And then we saw a big case down in Florida where a guy was arrested in Central Florida for and actually giving them Robux and having them exploit siblings and other. It made headlines down in Marion County, Florida. And so I started digging into it. We had good contacts with that sheriff's department there. And we actually, ironically, just did a predator sting, a takedown sting down there. So we started with an interview there. And it turns out that in the same jurisdiction, there was a 10-year-old girl who was exploited on Roblox by a man all the way over in England. And so we interviewed that victim's mother. And, all of a sudden, all these cases started developing, including the lawsuit by the Attorney General in Louisiana.
That's interesting you mentioned Florida, because we got an arrest there. We got it in Polk County, and it was a guy who possessed...
Polk County, as you know, is where Sheriff Grady Judd is, and they're very active in this space.
Oh, yeah.
We do work with them as well. First of all, it breaks my heart, and I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this as a younger guy on this particular platform. The fact that you were bullied and preyed upon and advantage of, and that it went to the extent it did, it breaks my heart, and this is why we do these investigations. But to see you at your age turn it into a positive and do something about it, I think is incredible and admirable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
From a guy who's been kicking around doing this for 42 or 43 years now, it's really cool, because when I started on television, I was your age. I was 22 years old. So when I see a young person do this kind of work, it's very impressive to me, because I know what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it's very crazy when you start looking into this stuff. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. Only gets more disturbing the more you see it.
Well, and since we announced that we're doing this documentary and that you are collaborating, I am overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet on Twitter. It got like 160,000 likes that you're just even looking into the platform. Because that's the thing, people have known about these issues for so long, but journalists haven't done enough to like really look into it. And now it's starting to break into the world where everybody is starting to like start to be aware.
Well, now you're seeing more mainstream, outlets cover it. And
yeah.
Look, we have the ability to infiltrate this world because we've been doing it for 21 years. First with To Catch a Predator, and for the last 2.5 years at True Blue, our streaming crime network, with Takedown. So we know how to do this and work with law enforcement. Now, a lot of people can go out and do this stuff independently, but here you are, a good example of somebody who has done the work and given it to law enforcement. And that's the key here, because if you expose these guys and, make fun of them and do a Borat kind of thing, like some other content creators, they often don't face the consequences. They don't have to register as offender. They don't get prosecuted.
Yeah, and I think the thing is too, a lot of the reason why I have to make this content is because we reach out to Roblox, we give them the emails, we give them all the information. They don't respond until after we publish a video that gets millions of views on YouTube. It makes me concerned because if we're getting that, what are real victims getting?
Look, I understand a little bit Roblox situation here. What they're trying to do is follow the protocol. When they see something, they're mandated to report that to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which then refers it to law enforcement. And that's good, and they should be doing that. But why they wouldn't also take advantage of information given to them, wrapped with a bow around it, as you have done, it's stunning to me that they wouldn't see the opportunity here to be an ally of yours as opposed to somebody who they're making an example of and saying,
oh, for sure,
the rules, banning you. I don't understand that. From a corporate citizen aspect, it doesn't make sense. From a public relations standpoint, it doesn't make sense. And from a justice-seeking standpoint, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know, and I hope that during the course of this, that I'll get a chance to sit down with somebody at Roblox. And I have a feeling that's going to happen. But I'm going to be posing all of those questions when that interview takes place.
To young people who look up to you and see predators in online spaces, what is the single most important step that they can take to protect themselves?
I would be hesitant to tell people to conduct their own investigations, but I'm adamant that you got to report this stuff to your local law enforcement agency. You got to report it to the service provider. You got to report it to the platform. Hopefully, between those three things, you get some action. I think 15, 20 years ago, law enforcement would be a little overwhelmed by this. Say, if you're in a small town, you go to the police department.
Like he just said, report it to law enforcement, report it to the platform, report it to the service provider. The internet's the ISP that the person is using to do this illegal activity, fucking report to them as well. I've done that before, and that is very effective.
Say this happened, they say, okay, well, I'm not sure how to investigate it. Well, today, every department has the ability to investigate this stuff, and they are very willing to take these cases up.
It's an absolute honor to have Chris Hansen featured on this channel. Chris Hansen is flying me out soon to actually feature in his Roblox documentary about exploitation. With everything that we've learned so far, one question persists. Why did I get this cease and desist? I'll let this alleged former Roblox employee answer this question for you.
You have to make a decision, right? You keep your players safe, but then it would be less of them on the platform. Or you just let them do what they want to do, and then all the numbers look good, and investors will be happy.
You might just be thinking this is one alleged Roblox employee. Well, Bloomberg...
I mean, look, I don't even... It's funny to me because it's like, okay, so this is an alleged Roblox employee, right? But what they said is a general observation, and not specific to Roblox itself. Of course it's going to be centric on making money and keeping the investors happy. That's going to happen. You don't even need to be an ex-employee of Roblox to make that observation. So it seems a little funny to me.
You might just be thinking this is one alleged Roblox employee. Well, Bloomberg is claiming that 8 Roblox employees told a very similar story to this in 2024. Roblox actively forced...
That wasn't a story. That wasn't a story. What? What the fuck? That was not a story. Okay, you know what? It's been a long video. Maybe the cohesion is separating a little bit, but that wasn't a story. That was an observation of what most companies fucking value over safety, which is investing.
Forces victims of the platform into arbitration, a tactic so unethical that platforms like Uber and Lyft actually have policies against doing this. The reason they're doing it is even more outrageous. Because this person received so many benefits from using the platform, he cannot now complain that Roblox is trying to prevent him from seeking justice in court for the life-altering harm he suffered. Here's why I personally care so much about this problem.
Who's been offered free Robux to do something that was inappropriate in the game? Or someone has said, I'll give you some free Robux if you come and follow me on Snapchat or TikTok or something like that. Who's had that happen? Okay. Loads of you.
I've seen a lot of corruption in big tech, but I've never seen a company harm this many young people at the scale Roblox has. They can say whatever they want about safety or try to discredit me, but the arrests and their response to those arrests speak louder than any PR statement that they could possibly make. This isn't just about moderation. The rot goes all the way up to the CEO, a man whose vision includes adding dating to this platform and defending predatory games like Meep City. It's not even negligence, it's his literal philosophy. The narrative around Roblox needs to change. People have to understand what this platform actually is. Share what's happening, talk about it. Make sure your friends, parents, journalists, and lawmakers know how deep these problems run. Call your congressman and tell him he won't stand by while Roblox puts children in danger. I've been sounding the alarm for over a year as a whistleblower, and Roblox's leadership has tried to silence me. What needs to happen is David Baszucki needs to sit in front of Congress under oath, and he needs to explain why so many people have been abducted and abused on his platform.
What would that do? Met with a congressional hearing that does nothing in terms of executing the law or getting him actually held responsible actually fucking do. That's just another PR move. No, I want him to testify in front of a judge where it fucking matters, because congressional hearings are bullshit. And you're a good video. Literally, overall a decent video, but there's a lot of gaps and things that I think Schlepp has to learn, and if he does learn them, he will become a much more effective advocate for children and protecting children from being exploited online. But again, he needs education.
And why his company is choosing profits over safety.
Again, pretty damn good video. Okay, so I had to make my dad 3 hot dogs real quick. It won't take long. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to switch to the BRB thing. But then I'm gonna do something I've never done. Okay, guys, I've never done this before. But I'm gonna switch to BRB and I'm gonna run an ad. I've never run an ad before on this. How do I even do that? Can I do that? What? Analytics, viewer activity, stream health. What the fuck? I actually don't see where I can run ads. What's this? Open widget. Let. Oh, where's chat? Oh no, something's wrong. Backlog gamer, how's it gone? Okay, I'm gonna just cook BRB, but I think we might have been demonetized. Yeah, we were demonetized, guys. I can't even access my chat in the back end. I'm gonna keep the stream going because we're not actually down, but I think they've demonetized me. So yeah, holy shit. Okay, well I'm gonna be right back. And once I am, we will continue, and we'll continue on with some legal mindset fast faction analysis of the Roblox situation. Like I said, YouTube appears to be actively suppressing any coverage of this situation. So please, remember, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things to counteract whatever they're doing in the algorithm to suppress the shit. Like, seriously, Andrew has dealt with it, and now I'm dealing with it. This is an actual issue. Alright, be right back. All right. I think we're back. Sup, everybody? I hope the hot dogs are grilled, not boiled. They were grilled. I remember when YouTube has user to use the DMs. Shit was hella sketch. Oh my god. I don't think I was around for that, but YouTube messaging? That sounds insane. Like, that sounds like some YouTube friend shit. Remember when people could... Can I add you as a friend on YouTube? Alright, so, next video in this Roblox situation reacted to is Roblox in massive legal situation. It is Legal Mindset's Fast Facts. Posted 11 days ago, so well within our algorithmic hold. Let's go ahead and get right into it. There we go.
Roblox is facing massive liability and huge legal trouble in a swarm of litigation,
Indeed.
particularly as Louisiana hits it with what may be a killer lawsuit. And maybe
Okay, and then this is part of why I'm going to actually be doing a reading of the 47-page lawsuit from Louisiana, because that is by far the biggest boy in terms of like the slew of litigation that Roblox has found themselves in. He's fine with it if you react immediately. I know, it's a habit. It's an old habit.
Be copied by states and even countries around the world. We're going to get into that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, an American attorney. And of course, it's a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. If you like the Fast Facts, make sure to like and comment on the video below. Now, today's topic is Louisiana versus Roblox, and we're going to focus on that and give you a little background here. We've got, of course, the intro PowerPoint and the pelican feeding its children its own blood. Very interesting flag Louisiana there, because this is under...
What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't normally like look into flags and shit, but what is this fucking flag? I'm just noticing. I've never actually noticed. Wow, that was some serious thunder. That was some serious thunder. Man, my ADHD is on a rampage right now. Okay, let's open this up. Open link in new tab. Here we go. Look at this, guys. That is that's horrifying. Okay? Look at that. Union, justice, and confidence. And it's a pelican feeding its babies its own blood. He wasn't wrong. This is... Why, Louisiana? Why? I want answers. I want names. Who thought that this was a good idea? Alright, let's continue.
Louisiana law. Now, I try to be entertaining whenever I can, but today's topic is a somber topic. It is a serious topic.
It is.
So please be respectful in the comments. And if you're watching this as a premiere with a live chat, make sure you're respectful in the chat as well, because once again, this is a very serious topic. This is something that very many people are sensitive to and have bad experiences with. We're going to be talking about child predation, which is a very, very sensitive topic. So please approach that with some sensitivity and some care for other human beings here. And today, of course, I'm going to be a little bit more serious on this one. So Roblox is a popular game amongst children and teens, and it has been promoted as, even by the company, the #1 game for children and teens. And mainstream media, as you see here, has backed this up for the last couple of years, even going back to the COVID era. It's been something that has been widely promoted for children. Now, there's been a problem, and one of the problems is that certain people within the game have been going after minors, have been targeting minors specifically, and that's a problem So seeing that problem, some YouTubers and some people out there, content creators, other people, individuals, right, vigilante groups have gone out and dedicated themselves to finding these individuals and turning them over to law enforcement. One of those channels, this is just an example of one person, is Schlepp. And Schlepp went out there and went after people and got a lot of people in trouble. You can see here a number of people, predator, caught, predator. I mean, this guy was pretty dedicated to coming after people. But as you see here, Roblox is threatening to sue me for protecting kids. Not only did they ban this guy from the game, but they threatened to sue him for actually going out and turning over predators to law enforcement. Absolutely insane stuff. Now, we'll get into the response. This response was really crazy. So when people pushed back and said, well, why are you doing this? Why are you banning these vigilante groups? Why are you banning people like Schlepp? Well, it turns out what they were concerned about is the privacy of the predators, saying due to privacy considerations, we can't talk about this. Well, why are we so concerned with people that have been confirmed arrested by law enforcement, many of which have been already adjudicated, have been locked up? Now, I understand the principle of innocent until proven guilty. However, there's a substantial amount of evidence here.
Hold on there,
for
Andrew.
a person like Schlepp,
Andrew, I have looked into these. These are all arrests. I haven't seen any of these actually get through the trial process. I haven't even seen charges on these guys yet. Now, not to say that they're not coming and it's being put together and everything, because justice takes a while, but like, seriously, I might be wrong on this. Please let me be wrong on that. I don't think any of these people are spending prison behind, they're not in prison right now. They have not been judged by a jury and sentenced by a judge and all of that. They've been arrested, sure, but I don't know that they've actually been, like, these cases have been adjudicated.
Schlepp, who goes out here and finds these predators, the risk is on him, because if Schlepp goes out and calls somebody a predator and does not have sufficient proof of that, he could be very guilty of defamation and super liable for going out and calling people that. I think it's something that people take a massive risk. If you go out and label something as that, that's a criminal label.
I mean,
if you're labeling someone as a criminal.
Look. I would have a strong defense if I were like say for some reason one of these absolute human scum motherfuckers, like, if one of them actually meant to get a lawyer that would bring a cause of action in the form of defamation against Schlepp. I'm sorry, but I have a very strong defense if I am Schlepp. I've got the fucking video recording of you being arrested. I've got you being a predator to someone you thought was underage. Like these might not be convictions, but they are arrests, and I think that's more than enough to defend a defamation lawsuit if any of these were to bring one up against Schlepp. I'm just saying, even though these might not actually be fully convicted and they're being tried, but these are just arrests, I think just the arrests are enough to defend against a defamation lawsuit.
You need to be damn well certain, and this is worth cursing for, you need to be very certain that they are actually that. So they've gone out and done that research. They've gotten the evidence. They've gotten the Carfax. They've turned them over to law enforcement. Many of them have been arrested, but we're still concerned about the privacy of predators. And beyond that, what they ask is, and the response was, what people should do is report it immediately to the standard channels. Well, as you're going to see, the standard channels failed. And once again, this is the response of Roblox. Report it to the standard channels. The standard channels aren't working. Minors are being preyed upon in your game. Whatever you have there is not sufficient to stop the harm. So this was not taken well at all. And now Roblox is facing dozens. You'd even say hundreds. Sorry, hundreds. You got over a case filed in California. Adds more than 300 lawsuits accusing the gaming giant of ignoring warnings about exploitive content and failing to protect children. And that's just one single federal case. Now we have the state of Louisiana coming in. And this is massive because this is a state leveraging its power. And when you get this sort of power, it has the power to change Roblox altogether. And while Louisiana may be the first to sue, I'm very certain they won't be the last. I'm very certain
last.
other states will follow suit because they are also going to want to protect the interests of minors. That is in the fundamental interest of most states and even most countries around the world. So let's get into the facts of this case. So Louisiana filed this case August 14th with the state attorney general. Other states are highly likely to follow because they're suing under Deceptive and Fair Trade Practices Act, as well as negligence, public nuisance, and unfair enrichment. Now, if you've been paying attention on my channel, if you've been awake and watching my channel on other things, just talking about Twitch, talking about other platforms, I have talked about deceptive and unfair trade practices as being one of the massive regulatory hammers that a lot of companies are just asking to get hit with. So you really need to ask yourself, not just in the case of Roblox, but what other companies are failing to provide warnings, are failing to provide significant safety measures. This is something that does not just apply to Roblox, but can apply broadly across the board. And a lot of digital businesses have gotten away for years with thinking that they can just do whatever they want because it's online, right? We have protection, it's online. Well, no, you do not have protections from these.
No, actually, I'm going to bring this up. GP Rainfire brings up a very valid point. They think the standard channels are reporting to only them, but in some states at least, it is illegal not to report to law enforcement, especially when it comes to something like that. You have a duty of care, a duty to report. Now, that's not necessarily to mean like you're gonna get charged, right? But there are some states out there where yes, if you see something this horrible being done and you don't report it, yeah, that could be a problem. They could actually be a problem. Oh, you know what? He probably is a little bit louder. Let me just do this. There. Best I can do.
Sort of liabilities, these sort of regulations. You are not immune from your duty to protect minors.
Sorry,
law
I'm
enforcement,
bad at
in fact,
audio
Louisiana
balancing.
law enforcement arrested a predator in Livingston Parish, Louisiana, who was using Roblox with a female voice changer to lure in minors, lure them off platform to other, Snapchat, etc. So there are tangible people being harmed. There are real people being harmed. This is not a theoretical thing. So let's get into the key accusations. The key accusations are that Roblox knowingly enabled and facilitated the systematic sexual exploitation of children across the United States. Systematic. That means broadly, and that they permitted and perpetuated an online environment in which children predators thrive, directly contributing to the widespread victimization of minor children. That's deep. They deliberately failed to implement effective safety measures and failed to warn parents. So all of this goes back to deceptive and unfair trade practices. They marketed themselves as safe for kids, but in fact, they were quite the opposite. Kids were pretty much open season on Roblox. So you see here the procedure. This is a state case because it's arising under state law, Louisiana law. Every state has Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act with slight variations. Roblox is a California-based business, but they do business in Louisiana, so jurisdiction and venue in Louisiana is proper. It is unlikely to be removed to a federal case unilaterally, meaning if Roblox tries, it's probably not going to work. Now, if several states bring these claims, it might be possible for these states to join and do a federal claim or something else like that. A federal claim might be able to come out of this, but just at this point, this will be in Louisiana. Let's talk about the facts. Roblox has 6.5 million experiences. Mind that word experiences. That's kind of a single environment in which Roblox completely controls. They're free, easy to access, and designed for kids. The app comparison, and they use this in the complaint, which I've read the entirety of, all 42 pages of it, to a digital playground. So Roblox is very comparable to a digital playground because there's no age minimum and it is targeted for kids. In fact, of the 82.9 million daily active users, 20% are under 9 years old, and the majority, 56%, are under 16 years old. So this is a children's platform. This is a teen and children platform, definitely minors here by the vast majority. The sign up is a big issue. See here, the sign up is a self-verified birthday, username, password. So it's very easy.
Yeah,
very
by the
simple.
way, this is the most insanely simple fucking setup I've ever seen. It doesn't even ask you for your fucking email or email verification. That's insane. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely fucking kidding me?
to bypass this. Self-reporting birthdays are the weakest of security measures. They're in fact a non-security measure because, as we all know, you can put whatever your birthday is in the past. In fact, I can say I've signed up for email addresses with a different
I'm
birthday,
from 1922.
right? When I'm just too lazy and I want to fill it in and I know they're not going to check, right? Everybody's done that at some point in their history, right? It is not necessarily criminal, right? However, what it does is it intentionally or recklessly allows fake birthdays, and knowing there's minors on here and there's certain content that is screened by age, it's allowing people that are older to put in that fake birthday and get into those things that should be screened for minors. Roblox has access to biometric age verification, but does not utilize it. Until 2024, the default settings turn.
I'm sorry. Roblox has access to biometric age verification? What the fuck is that? What? I'm sorry, I had to look this up. What? I don't understand what that means. That they can biometrically scan a child and determine its age? I don't want the Roblox using that on my kid. Biometric age verification. Okay. Uses unique physical characteristics such as facial recognition or voice analysis to confer. Oh, well, I'd be fucked. I'd be absolutely fucked. Okay, thanks.
Turned off parental controls and let adults DM, direct message, private message kids. And now adults, this has been changed, but adults can still message kids within experiences. So you can have adults talking to children openly. The in-game currency is called Robux and can be exchanged for avatars. Minors are often obsessed with the items for avatars, and thus predators use this mechanism to lure in children with rare items. It's created the mantra, which they talk about anything for Roblox.
Welcome to the chat.
The further facts say Roblox claims to have a zero tolerance for swearing, obscenities, messages of a sexual or violent nature, and any sort of aggressive, threatening communication. They also state that offenders will be immediately or permanently suspended. However, this is not the case. We have screenshots of literal abuse, literal language that is horrible, disgusting in the complaint.
Yeah, it's possible.
And that's just allowed. These people are not banned. They're just running around in Roblox. And you can see here some experiences. Of course, we have Escape to Epstein Island. And note, it's not rated 17 plus or even 13 plus or even 9 plus. It's rated for all ages. Escape to Epstein Island. This shows there's absolutely no due diligence here. You've got Diddy parties.
Drew,
all over the place.
So many
try
Diddy parties.
Escape the Freaky Party, Diddy Simulator, Road to Diddy's, Diddy Party, Freaky Diddy Simulator. All this sort of stuff going on in Roblox. No checks, no balances. The facts are these experiences are problematic. There's sexual simulation experiences, Escape to Epstein Island, Diddy Simulator, Diddy Party, Public Bathroom Simulator, and various racial hate simulators, which once again, all of these have no place with children. Not
a single one of them.
The public relation campaigns that they're running, that the company themselves are running, they're using these organizations to influence narrative that Roblox is safe and deceptive, but these groups, safety groups, have conflicts of interest. The board members of Roblox serve on the safety organizations.
That's a good distinction I didn't even think about. But yeah, it is a distinction to make. It was not Escape from Epstein Island, like some kind of escape game. It was Escape to, like, go to Epstein Island. Yeah, that's a small distinction, but a very important one.
This harkens back to like the financial crisis, the GFC, where we had the credit bureaus and the mortgage lending agencies kind of working hand in hand, right, to just rate these like bad tranches of mortgages as good mortgages. It harkens back to that, and it just shows, like, once again, how these watchdog agencies can often be co-opted by the same industries they're supposed to regulate. The causes of action are three. The Unfair Practices Act, which essentially looks at the inadequate safety and failure to notify of predators, which is deceptive, unfair, unscrupulous, and oppressive. I think this is the strongest one and has the best case of applying. But in the alternative, even if they don't prevail on this, they've got two more as backup, and these two are strong. The first is
I was gonna say, I'm like, none of these are weak necessarily. I couldn't even tell you which the weakest would be. The strongest is definitely violation of Unfair Practices Act. But between unjust enrichment and negligence and public nuisance, Oh man, unjust enrichment might be the weakest one, but by a slim margin, and again, it's not weak by itself. It's a strong argument. Even now, I'm just saying, of these three, if I were to rank them, they're actually, you know, it's funny, they're appropriately ranked. Fucking Andrew and his PP. He actually, like, in my opinion, he ranked these in order of strength. Now, they're all pretty close together, but unjust enrichment, I think, would be the most, the weakest argument while still being a strong argument.
Negligence of public nuisance, saying effectively inadequate safety and failure to provide notice was negligent and a public nuisance. This is similar to a playground or a pool that's unguarded or unwatched, and you just have people die in there, people be having problems that are just openly dangerous.
That's
right?
why public pools have to be...
So this is very established as a...
if you have a public pool as a, like, HOA association or a city or... Oh, hey, kitty. What, you just want some lap time, huh? Okay. Okay, you're gonna have some pets. Okay, but like I said, unless it's a privately owned pool or something like that, you are required by law in California to have a, like, lifeguard hours. Like, hours where it's attended by somebody who can actually provide protection to the children who are utilizing those facilities, so...
A digital playground, the public nuisance would definitely be applicable. Beyond that, in the alternative, they also have unjust enrichment, meaning they knowingly sold Roblox in a manner that was unfair, unconscionable, and oppressive, which, once again, all of these three are sterling.
They're strong, but again, knowingly sold Roblox. Maybe knowingly sold Roblox, but Roblox is a free-to-play game. You don't need money to play it. So you can't say that they knowingly sold a game that's free. At least in terms of that argument. I would say more of a better argument would be they lured in children with a free game that is absolutely littered with microtransactions and Roblox and all that shit, right? I would point that out for unjust enrichment rather than them knowingly selling Roblox, because again, Roblox is a free game. But it has aspects and mechanics inside the game that definitely could go towards unjust enrichment, in my opinion.
I think they can get it on number 1, but they may get it on number 2 as well. And in the alternative, they've got number 3. So what are they asking them to do? Number 1, they're asking Roblox to stop violating the law, which would effectively demand a pause, a shutdown, massive updates for Roblox, once again, which would disrupt their business. Second, they want Roblox to stop saying it's safe. So they would have to go back through their platform and say, no, we're not actually safe. They would remove all references to Roblox is safe.
Yeah,
and
they would have to do that. Which, I mean, because again, you are inappropriately advertising yourself as something you're not. You are not a platform that is safe for children.
Any public relations campaign that they're safe, which once again will be devastating for their audience. I mean, parents will pull out, businesses will pull out, advertisers, sponsors, collaborators. This is massive. And beyond that, they've got money, so restitution in Louisiana, they've got attorney's fees, etc. Also civil penalties and additional damages, right? So a lot of money that could come out of Roblox, in addition to having to pretty much completely rebrand themselves as an unsafe brand. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one because this one is important. It's valuable. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
There you go. Very nice video. He managed to sum up what is going on with Roblox in less than 15 minutes. That's impressive. So the next video, and we had these other videos as well, but it's already, somehow we're already over 2 hours. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set those aside for now. I might wrap those up into another Elfpire Reacts later. But we have one final thing. It's 20 minutes long. And it is, Roblox Predator realizes he's been caught. I'm not sure if Christian Scribbin is one of the individuals who Schlepp, actually got caught and got arrested, but this is a Roblox Predator body cam arrest. So we're gonna go ahead and see this. Just for quick, I want to confirm because I think this might be, but I'm not sure. Da-da-da-da-da. I mean, it seems some sources seem to be pointing at Schlepp and its team being responsible for this specific arrest. I cannot confirm it by 100%, but that's what's being said.
There's been a significant amount of information provided to us related to child being accessed, right? Specifically from your home Wi-Fi. Where were you talking to him?
I believe on Roblox.
Mm-hmm. Just one?
I think it was like multiple.
When the gaming platform Roblox flags a user for deeply disturbing content, investigators trace the account to a 17-year-old whose activity was only the first move in a larger scheme. In the chat logs, they find explicit conversations with children, each one pointing to a predator who's been operating undetected for far longer than anyone could imagine.
How often were you having these conversations?
Probably about like 4 to 5. Almost every day. I really didn't keep count.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On April 16, 2025, Marion County Sheriff's deputies and the Ocala Police...
Can we all, just take a second? I'm sorry, but, subscribe, fucking notification bell. I'm sorry. But I'm absolutely loving how this guy came out with this introduction. This introduction was amazing. It was appropriate. It had a good disclaimer on it. And it's in it might be an AI voice. I'm not sure, but it's not overly obvious and it's not overly annoying. It's just describing and setting the exposition for the scene. I really like this.
On April 16, 2025, Marion County Sheriff's deputies and the Ocala Police Department SWAT team combine efforts to serve a search warrant at a Florida home.
Based upon the facts set forth in the affidavit, I find there is probable cause to believe that the following laws have been violated. Possession of child.
The suspected perpetrator is 17-year-old Christian Edward Scribbin, who's placed in the back of a patrol car with his brother.
Hopefully we're not going to jail. I don't think you won't. Huh? I don't think you will. Oh, you? I probably will. I'll lie with that. Love you. Love you too, Dominic.
While his brother Dominic is not questioned about the case due to his intellectual disabilities, Christian and his father are each interviewed separately in recorded sessions with a detective from the Internet Crimes Unit and a Homeland Security investigator.
Oh my god. I am so sorry, Jesus, with the big, bold Trump letters across the front. You happy you're a kid, man?
There's been a significant amount of information provided to us related to child being accessed, right? Specifically from your home Wi-Fi.
If one of your kids was to be involved, who do you think it would be?
Christian.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it does sound more professional voiceover than AI. I will correct myself. You are much more correct, in my opinion, JP Ravenfire.
Dominic, no. Christian,
Dominic,
yes.
no. Christian, yes.
Because he's done it in the past, he's going to do it now, if he's going to do it.
Though they spare the details to Christian's father, what they're about to uncover is even more serious than accessing explicit materials of children and involves a disturbing and calculated pattern of predatory behavior. Before confronting Christian with what they know, they read his Miranda rights.
You understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're 17 and a half years old, so when you say you understand them, I'll believe you. Having those rights in mind, are you okay talking with me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you get your phone?
Sometime last year. My dad gave it to me because I've been doing good in school.
What kind of games do you play on your phone?
Roblox, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, card games mainly.
Okay. Why do you think I'd be asking that?
Because something happened, if I'm not mistaken.
In February 2025, Roblox reported Christian's chat logs to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Roblox is an online gaming platform where users, primarily children under 16, create and join games known as experiences while playing as customizable avatars. Christian regularly entered these experiences under the username Lost Shadow.
Where'd that come from?
The name that I thought of.
Okay.
I don't really remember. I just thought about it. Popped in my head.
Yeah, it seems kind of foreboding, just like when you
Yeah,
watch Shadow.
it does. It does sound straight up foreboding.
I'm like a Sonic type fan, so I think that's
okay.
why.
So it's Shadow from
Yeah,
Sonic the
I
Hedgehog.
think so.
Okay, that makes sense to me. What do you think happened? You said you think something happened.
I was talking to a kid, but I really didn't know if it was like somebody who was under my age, and some things have been said, and it led to that right now.
Okay. Where were you talking to him?
I believe on Roblox.
Mm-hmm. Just one?
I think it was like multiple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what'd you guys talk about?
Like pictures and all that.
Mm-hmm. And so you talked about pictures. When we say pictures, what do we mean by pictures?
Like 30 pictures, I believe.
Okay.
So,
were they all your age?
They said they were. Well, not all of them, but some of them said like 15, 17, like around that range.
In one conversation reported by Roblox, Christian tells a child with an undisclosed age that he is 15 years old and asks unsettling, age-inappropriate questions.
When you lied about your age, what age would you say?
Like either a year above them, or if they're like a year or two above them.
Just in a sense, so they would be comfortable type deal. So if they say they were 13, you say, "Oh, I'm 14."
Or 15, yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
What if they said 10?
I think I said only a few, about 12 or so.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I probably skipped.
So it will be safe to assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that basically you wanted to continue that conversation. So you don't want to scare them with this age. So you put yourself at a lower age, so they will continue talking.
Funny. I mean,
when the
it's
child
not
doesn't
funny,
share
it's
her own
honest,
phone
but,
number,
like,
Christian gives his instead. Since Roblox prohibits the
worse.
sharing of phone numbers,
You don't
Christian
say
tricks
words
the
to the
filter by
cops.
sharing it a few digits at a time and instructs the child
But then
to
again, we
text
wouldn't
him.
have content.
You share a bedroom with your brother?
Yes, sir.
Does
If these
your
idiots
brother
knew when to shut up.
messing around on Roblox too,
no.
or does he use your devices?
No, sir.
Does anyone use your devices?
No, but my dad goes through my phone. If I'm not mistaken, when I'm not here.
When's the last time you went through his phone?
It's been about 3 months.
Did you find anything?
No.
Okay.
It's just I find numbers in there that are not in his contact. And I ask him about it, and he says, "Oh, that's my friend."
While the platform blocks users from sending or receiving photos, a deeper concern persists as individuals continue to lure children away from the platform, where safety features can't protect them.
You can't send pictures through Roblox, right?
No.
So how do the pictures get sent?
Either through Discord or
Ding,
my
ding,
phone.
ding.
Discord is a communication platform that allows users to create servers where they can chat via text, voice, or video.
How you end up in Discord? Did somebody tell you, "Hey, open a Discord so we can talk here"? How'd that happen?
No, I went to it myself.
Are you part of any communities that talk about that process?
What do you mean by communities?
Just groups of people speaking on social media or over text or...
No, sir.
No.
I don't think so.
So you don't belong to any Discord servers where people talk about that?
No, Discord servers, yeah, I was.
There's some pretty tight-knit communities, right? A lot of them are interconnected. A lot of them, people who are lower up in one server will start their own server. Do you remember what the general premise was behind the group? Was it like a grooming? You talk about grooming kids on Roblox, or
no, sir.
Okay, what was it then?
On Roblox or on Discord?
On Discord.
No, it wasn't anything about kids. It was just like dirty pictures or videos, whatever.
While Christian admits to moving conversations from Roblox to Discord to speak in private and ask for photos, what investigators are about to reveal is even more horrifying.
Did you ever ask somebody for specific pictures?
Like of what they look like.
Okay, so you never said, like, send me a picture of a little girl or send me a picture of...
No, sir.
What about, do you ever tell anybody to do anything with other people?
Like tell them to do something to somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, sir.
I think you know. I think you know what I'm talking about. Well, there's a conversation that I was provided because it rose to a level of concern that was pretty high, where you and another user were talking about their siblings.
In one deeply disturbing...
But just my inner lawyer, don't fucking stop talking. I can't help but saying shut the fuck up when it comes to people incriminating themselves through their statements.
exchange with a young girl on Roblox, Christian issues explicit instructions describing in detail what he wants the girl to do to their younger male sibling and demands video evidence. Christian admits to detectives that the sibling was possibly as young as 8 years old.
I mean, what do you think the consequences of that are?
I could possibly, get arrested.
No, I just mean, what do you think that's going to do to that little kid that you're having him do stuff with?
Negative impact.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Why did you ask them to make those videos?
I guess to mainly see if they were telling the truth or whatever. I think that was my main reason.
How much of that is going to be on your phone?
None.
None?
If I'm not mistaken, none, sir.
Okay, so what happened to it?
Most of the dirty pictures that I got were either deleted or they deleted them.
Despite the graphic nature of his messages, Christian appears not to grasp the gravity of his actions.
I wasn't trying to do anything bad. I think I was just
I mean, Christian, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that that's believable or fair for you to claim that you weren't trying to do something bad. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be condescending, but I think it's important we are clear in here that is a lie. Is it fair to say?
I mean, yes, sir.
And are we going to find you speaking with any kids on your phone currently?
No, sir.
No? When did it stop?
I think it was a few days ago, a week ago, something like that.
And what made you remove all those conversations?
Discord?
Or just what made you stop? Server get banned or wiped or?
Roblox, my main account did get banned.
Okay.
And I've been getting warnings.
Though Roblox did shut down his account, Christian simply made a new one.
And you're saying on this new account, you did not try to talk with any kids?
On this new account? No, I did, sir.
As the conversation turns to how many children Christian may have targeted, the scale becomes overwhelming.
From the content that you received, for real, how many of them were young girls that I should have done this?
A few.
And when we say a few, we're talking more than 5?
If I'm not mistaken, yes, sir.
So since this kind of
that's
constant
several.
thing you were
not
doing,
a few.
are we talking about
That is several.
numbers above 20?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Is the number above 50?
No, sir.
So we're more in the ballpark of 30?
Yes, sir.
But they'll soon learn the staggering truth that the real number may be exponentially greater. For now, Christian shares his perspective on the entire situation, admitting the outcome was not what he imagined.
I understand it's wrong, and I thought since I was still a minor, I thought it wasn't gonna be it wasn't gonna happen. I knew it was gonna be bad, but I didn't know it was gonna
Bro. You're not being charged with It's being charged with something that any minor could be charged with if they were to elicit and obtain such content.
Lead to this. Well, did you think when you turned 18 in a few months that you would stop?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna stop eventually because it was a habit. But
have you tried to stop before?
Yes, sir.
And trying to stop before, do you believe you would have stopped?
Like I would have, but something like inside me just like kicked in and maybe wanted to do it again.
Mm-hmm. Don't you think that may have happened when you turned 18 as well?
No, sir.
You think
because I know
Why
when
not?
I turn 18 that if I do something like that, I could be in bigger trouble.
But you think a 17-year-old, it's fine to exploit 10-year-old children?
No.
And I'm not, again, I'm not trying to be condescending, but that's what you're telling me.
But no, I understand where you're coming from, and no, I wasn't.
You understand that what you're describing is an addiction.
Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah.
So you might tell us right now that, oh, I'm 18, I'm going to stop. That wasn't going to stop, brother.
I understand.
I'm sorry to tell you that wasn't going to stop. It's going to escalate. This is the problem.
But that's why I was trying to like stop once in a while.
By his own admission, Christian is well aware that his age may have an impact on the justice he'll face for his actions, and has his own opinion for what should happen to him now.
Am I actually getting arrested?
What do you think should happen in a situation like this?
I mean,
honestly, my
absolutely you
truthful
are.
opinion, like, I shouldn't go to like jail, but I think for my actions that I've done, I think I should like know what it's like to like go to jail. Do you guys have any water?
I got water. It's not cold, but you can have some.
That's fine. I know if
Okay,
you
well,
guys have like an age for like under 18 or something, you go
You got
to
some water?
what is it called
Oh,
again?
he's got
The
a lot of
Department of
water.
Juvenile Justice?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I should be punished for my actions and learn from my mistakes and never to make it again.
Okay.
Christian, however, may not get his way. While he did spend the night in the Juvenile Justice Department, the following day investigators returned to confront him with shocking new evidence. Just hours before the search warrant, he was in fact talking to another child, despite earlier claiming he had stopped.
I noticed there was a conversation with a girl yesterday with like a 406 number on your phone.
406 number, I was, but I don't remember who it was, sir.
Would you have continued talking with her today, you think?
No.
What made you stop talking with her?
Just lost interest or something like that, sir.
Like she wasn't showing her face?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Do you know how old she was?
406 area code, that's
I believe
Montana.
14 or 15. I do want to say something.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
know
Montana.
it's on there, but I forgot to tell you that I have 2 girls on there on Discord.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like you have them. You have one of them labeled a certain way on your bio.
Oh yeah, because she we were talking and she wanted to like be with me or whatever.
Christian's Discord profile reads, "I'm married by someone who I care about and love the most. She's very special to me, and I'm happy to have her in my life." According to the police report, his phone had no contacts or messages retained beyond immediate family and the children he was currently trying to exploit.
When did you start talking to her?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
And-
Hey,
Oh, just
fucking
yesterday.
God.
Why say you're married?
Because she put hers as that, and I just wanted to like.
Where did you meet her? Was it on Discord?
Roblox.
Oh,
Roblox.
God.
Okay.
People just desperate for fucking, like, attachment.
And then what about the other girl? Did you meet her?
Which one?
The other girl that's on there.
Same thing.
Okay. How old is she?
I think the same age. So
How old do they think you are?
I told him I was 17.
Okay.
I told both of them.
Okay. Did you send pictures of yourself?
To show my identity, like who I am. Yeah.
Did they send pictures of themselves?
Yes, sir.
Are they clothes pictures or
No,
something different?
just like face pictures.
Okay.
Show them. But the other one, no, she sent me an outfit pictures or whatever.
Did you guys talk about, anything at all?
I asked for like content like that, but not like videos.
Did they not
Well,
have cups
I asked for a
for
little bit of
Christian here?
videos, but pictures, and she said she
Why
wasn't
are they-
comfortable with that because of her past relationship, and I respected that.
Oh,
When
that
asked
was,
once
the
more
other
about
kid.
the number of victims, it becomes immediately clear that the number of children Christian was able to reach and exploit is far beyond what anyone could have imagined.
How many, like, a day of these people would you talk to? Because, you know, seeing that you have the 2 on the Discord and you have the 1 just from yesterday, and then, you know, there's a lot in the deleteds, but it looks like it's quite a few.
See, yeah, I love that.
I mean-
you hear that? There's a lot in the deleteds, but it looks like there's quite a few. The cop is looking at all the deleted logs right now. When you have this kind of evidence, it's not hard to get a subpoena.
How often were you having these conversations?
Probably about like 4 to 5, almost every day.
Okay, 4 or 5 almost every day for the past year?
Almost, yes, sir.
Okay. So probably a little bit more than 50 then.
I really didn't keep count, so probably.
The investigation uncovered conversations with children in 20 different states and multiple countries, and while attempts were made to reach potential victims, some couldn't be contacted. On April 28, 2025, 17-year-old Christian Edward Scribbin was formally charged as an adult. He was later booked into the Marion County Jail, where he
There it
remains
is.
held without bond. He entered a plea of not guilty. The case is ongoing, with a pretrial conference scheduled for September 9, 2025. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep
Interesting.
uncovering case files that rarely come to
Very
light,
good job.
you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon. Channel memberships here on
That was pretty good. But yeah, there you go, everybody. That is more or less, at least currently, what we have on the Roblox situation. Oh no. I can't. Are you kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm sorry. Guys. There's no way. This thumbnail has gotta be fucking... It's clickbait, right? This has gotta be clickbait. I don't even want to click it. It's so bad. There's no way. Whatever. I'm not even gonna ask though. We covered our situation. I'm not gonna get pulled into freaking clickbait. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for the last 2. If there's something of that, we'll do an update video. But I honestly think that's just clickbait. That being said, thank you very much for spending the last 2.5 hours reacting to the Roblox situation for me, with me rather. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell as hard as you possibly can, and I will see you all on the next one.
What does tofu and dildos have in common?
What?
What does tofu and dildos have in common?
The fuck? I don't know.
They're both meat substitutes. Oh! Peace! I'm out!
The other day I was going to my local Starbucks, and when I got to the till, the barista not only had the audacity to be a woman, derogatory, but also talk to me. This is unacceptable. So in no uncertain terms, I screamed, "Excuse me, whore! I'm married!"
Oh. Jimmy on a beat, boy. LJ.
Okay.
Boomer. Whatever you say.
Okay.
Boomer. Okay.
Okay.
Boomer.
Yeah, boomer.
Whatever you
Okay.
say. Boomer.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
Boomer.
Yeah, boomer.
Whatever you say. Boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Okay.
Okay.
Boomer. Whatever you say.
Okay,
Boomer.
boomer.
BOOMER. Please, sir. Dusty moods on vibe with me. You